People of Earth, as you are probably aware, plans for the development of the outlying regions of the galaxy involve the building of a hyperspace express route through your star system. The plans and demolition orders have been on display at a local planning office in Alpha Centauri for 50 of your Earth years. If you can't be bothered to take an interest in local affairs, then you don't look out. A pathetic bloody planet.
Hey guys, what's happening? Niyat here with Film and Comics Explained, and today we'll be exploring the Vogons featured in the delightful The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, penned by Douglas Adams. First appearing as a radio comedy broadcast on BBC Radio 4 in 1978, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was then adapted into stage shows, novels, comic books, a television series, video game, and the 2005 feature film of the same name starring Martin Freeman, Mos Def, Zooey Deschanel, Sam Rockwell, Bill Nye, and John Malkovich.
The election is ancient history, therefore.
In the expanded series, the Vogons were a fictional alien race that originated from the planet Vogsphere. In the books, Vogsphere was believed to have been long abandoned in favour of their new home on board their numerous space carriers. However, in the film, we did get a chance to see that there still appeared to be many Vogons living there. The series explains that when the first primeval Vogons crawled out of sea, evolution gave up on them out of a disgust for what they were. Through sheer obstinacy though, the Vogons survived partly by adapting a misplaced, badly malformed, antiseptic liver into a brain. As the radio show says, what nature refused to give them, they did without, until of course their myriad of anatomical deficiencies could be rectified through enhanced surgical practices. In the novels, the species are described as thus: Vogons. They are one of the most unpleasant races in the galaxy. Not actually evil, but bad-tempered, bureaucratic, officious, and callous. They wouldn't even lift a finger to save their own grandmothers from the ravenous, bug-bladder beasts of Troll, without orders signed in triplicate, sent in, sent back, lost, found, queried, subjected to public inquiry, lost again, and finally buried in soft peat for 3 months and recycled as firelighter. If you want to lift from a Vogon, forget it. They are vile and ill-tempered. If you want to get a drink from a Vogon, stick your finger down his throat. If you want to annoy a Vogon, feed his grandmother to the ravenous bug-bladdered beasts of Troll. Over time, they began tearing through their home planet, burning trees and killing all native flora and fauna just for fun. Once they discovered space travel, the species then joined the galactic government before immigrating en masse to the Miaga-Brantis star cluster, which was the political hub of the galaxy. After banishing the ruling philosophers and taking over pretty much all the galactic civil services, the Vogons continued to satisfy their lust for destruction by demolishing planets to make way for an intergalactic bypass that would improve travel within the galaxy, in ships ironically named constructor fleets. The Vogons are humanoid beings that are much bulkier than Homo sapiens, with greenish-grey skin. Their noses sat high above their eyebrows as a result of the paddle creatures under the sands of Vogsphere hitting their faces whenever they had an independent thought.
Assuming you have a better plan.
Well, I kind of had this idea that we could... Ow! Did anyone see that?
See what?
What was it?
Ah.
Okay. I think we...
Oh! You too!
Yeah. What was that?
Throughout the galaxy, the aliens were described as officiously bureaucratic, a line of work in which they excelled so well that it didn't take long for them to begin running the entire galaxy. This legislative, belligerent mentality and offbeat nature was also indicative of their personality and behaviour, with the creatures being seen doing some pretty awful things, from sitting upon very elegant and beautiful gazelle-like creatures whose backs would often snap under the immense weight of the Vogons, to the importation of millions of beautiful jewel-backed crabs that they would smash with iron mallets for food, and more often than not for no apparent reason other than the pleasure they derive from killing something. Similar to the gratification of urges that Jabba the Hutt was compelled to satisfy in the Star Wars universe, that were also a demonstration of his power and control over Tatooine and its inhabitants. When talking about the Vogons and their unlikable characteristics, one would do well to mention that they were also known to have written the third worst poetry in the universe, which they used to torture intruders. And it's for this very reason that it's explained that on no account should you allow a Vogon to read poetry to you. In fact, there's even an account of 4 members of an audience that were a part of the Mid-Galactic Arts Council dying from internal hemorrhaging during a recitation by one of the Vogon poet masters, Grunthos the Flatulent, with one managing to survive by chewing on one of his legs to distract himself.
Oh, You friddled grunt fugly.
No, really, you don't have to read. We've put you through enough trouble already.
Plurdled gabbled artist on a lurkhead. Tell me what you thought of my poem.
Well, that's all for today, folks. Big thanks to all of you guys who requested we take a closer look at the Vogons featured in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click the notification icon to stay up to date on all my content. And if there's anything else you'd like to request, please don't hesitate to ask. As always, it's been a pleasure. Niyat here with Film Comics Explained. Thanks for stopping by.
We have located the spaceship Heart of Gold and President Beeblebrox.
Where?
Sector Z9, plural Z Alpha, requesting hyperspace clearance.
The President tests my patience. This time I shall pursue him myself. That's 1 hour for lunch, everybody. I think I'll have soup today.